Alert! Your IQ and your EQ both determine a major role in determining your capacity for success. What's up, socials? Welcome to Service Impression. I hope all of you are having a great day, and I'm glad that you're watching this video. Most of you are familiar with the term IQ, which means intelligence quotient, and it's a measurement of different qualities we tend to think of comprising our intelligence, such as problem-solving skills and analytical thinking. Now, an IQ test doesn't determine your knowledge or how educated you are. In fact, an uneducated individual can score just as high as an individual who has a university degree. The purpose of an IQ test is to determine the person's inherent intelligence, the raw processing power of minds, independent from any facts or knowledge they might have memorized over the course of their lifetime. Many of the world's most successful people, scientists, inventors, have demonstrated high levels of IQ, like Einstein, Steve Jobs, Stephen Hawking, Leonardo da Vinci. But at the same time, there are many people with high IQ who have never achieved any success in their life, and many people with average IQ for among some of the most successful people in the world. Which is why scientists in the recent years have put a lot of time and energy in finding out what is the cause, and they call it's our EQ that's equally responsible for success. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. I make new videos every week, and do not forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified each and every time I upload a new video. EQ refers to the emotional quotient or emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage your own emotions and people around you. People with high degree of emotional intelligence know what they are feeling, what their emotions mean, and how these emotions can affect other people. EQ is a measure of person's ability to relate with other human beings, their own emotions or motivation, as well as the emotions and motivations of others. EQ tests are designed to measure a person's ability, person's empathy, their social skills, their self-awareness, self-regulation, and their ability to manage relationships, all of which are incredibly important for a successful life. And what researchers found is that a person's EQ is much more reliable indicator of their potential for success than their IQ. Daniel Goleman has defined 5 components for emotional intelligence. They are self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, social skills. The more you manage yourself in each of these areas, the higher is your emotional intelligence. If you're self-aware, you always know how you feel and how your emotions and actions affect the people around you. Being self-aware means you have a clear picture on your strengths and weakness and behaving with humility. Now, when you ask how you can be more self-aware, I would suggest that there are 2 things. One is journaling. Journaling helps you improve your self-awareness. If you spend just a few minutes in a day writing down your thoughts and feelings, can move you to a higher degree of self-awareness. And the second thing would be to slow down. Like when you experience anger or any other strong emotions, it would be better to slow down to know the reason why you are facing such strong emotions. Remember, no matter what the situation is, you can always choose on how to react to it. The next comes self-regulation. Self-regulation is all about staying in control. Now, leaders who can self-regulate effectively are less prone to verbal attacks or stereotyping methods or make rushed emotional decisions or compromising on their values. Now, how you can gain self-regulation? Now, you can improve your ability to self-regulate by knowing your values. Knowing your values is like you should have a clear idea on what are the values that are most important to you, or what are the things, or which is the area that you will not be able to compromise. Spend some time examining your code of ethics. So when you know what are your values, it would be easier for you to face a moral or ethical decision. The next one would be, you can also improve your ability to self-regulate by holding yourself accountable. If you tend to blame others when something goes wrong, stop doing that and make a commitment to admit yourself, your mistakes, and to face the consequences, whatever they are. The third thing you need for you to develop the ability of self-regulation is to remain calm. The next time when you are in a challenging situation, be aware of how you act. Do you relieve your stress by shouting on someone else? If so, practice deep breathing to calm yourself. Also, write down any negative feelings that you have and then rip it up and throw it away. Expressing these emotions on paper is far making them aloud to the people around you. By doing this, this helps you challenge your reaction to ensure that they are fair. The third component is motivation. Self-motivated individuals constantly work to reach their goals, and they have extremely high quality standards for their work. The fourth important component, which is empathy. This is one of the most important trait that one should develop as a human being. Centering on verbal and non-verbal cues can give you invaluable insight into the feelings of others. Practice focusing on others and walking in their shoes, even if it's for just a moment. Empathetic statements do not excuse unacceptable behavior, but they help you remind that everyone has their own issues. And the last component of emotional intelligence is social skills. The people who are good at this particular element of emotional intelligence are great communicators. They are just as open to hearing a bad news as they are open to hear a good news. And they are an expert to help people get them to support and be excited about a new mission or a project. Leaders or people who are good at social skills are also good at managing change and resolving conflicts. They are rarely satisfied at leaving things as they are, but they do not sit back and make everyone else do the work. They set an example for their own behavior. People with high emotional intelligence know how to communicate effectively with other people. They can relate to people on a deeper level, and they can understand their motivations and their feelings and will take into consideration when dealing with them. That makes them better negotiators, better managers, and better leaders, which means they are far more likely to succeed in business or make their way up the corporate ladder faster than their extremely intelligent but socially awkward counterparts. The good news here is IQ is something we are born with and doesn't really change over the course of time. You can raise your EQ. All it takes is a bit of self-awareness and personal development training. If you want to be successful, you will find that you will get much better results if you start focusing on your emotional intelligence or developing your emotional intelligence. And one of the best things you can, who is capable of achieving any kind of success. Now, when we are constantly working on improving our emotional quotient, we might come across another quotient called the SQ, which is a success quotient, which is a new term that would be coined in the future, which actually determines the person's ability to achieve success. Remember, nothing in your life will change for the better until you start doing it now. If you find this video useful, make sure you like it and share it with your family and friends. That's it for today's socials. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Make sure you subscribe for good vibes, and always remember, you have the opportunity to create the life you want. Cheers.